Hey guys, yep, it's Derry again. Video number 3 from the Rainbow Witch's Colorful Cottage. Okay, this is the Tarot Tribe tag, which is a VR to V Love and Crystals. Sorry about that. Okay, let's get into it. There are 16 questions, and I will link them down in the description. How did I get into Tarot Oracle? Honestly, I didn't know what it was. I'd never really heard of it. It never, in about 7-8 years ago, I got I was watching I was watching Ember Honeyraven do an unboxing. I don't remember who it was anymore. But it was Ember Honeyraven. I don't know what deck she was unboxing, but she had all these boxes behind her, and I was like, what the heck? And then she kept talking about Arwen Lynch, who is her tarot reader and stuff like that. So that's how I kind of got into it, and I was like, okay, let me do some research on this. And I went and I did my research, and I went and got on Amazon, I went and got the Tarot for Beginners, which Amethyst Ascension has the deck. It's the Ciro Marchetti Gilded Tarot deck. Question number 2 is, are you drawn to Oracle or Tarot more, and why? Most definitely I am drawn to Oracle more and affirmation decks more. Because they're broader. There's so much more room for interpretation. And they're not nearly as regimented as the tarot is. And the varying sizes of the decks kind of appeals to me. I don't know why, but it does. Show us your first deck, whether it's Oracle or Tarot or one of each, and what is your first, which you first learned on. I just said that it was the Gilded Tarot. I no longer have the deck. I have since passed it on to a friend of mine who was a newbie witch about 4 years ago. And she was really wanting a tarot, and she was really overwhelmed with all of the tarot decks and all that stuff out there, and she just wanted a basic deck. So and since I no longer resonated with that deck, I passed my deck down to her. I passed that Gilded Tarot deck down to her. Show us my most recent Oracle deck, Oracle deck, Tarot deck, and Crystal. Let me go get my most recent Tarot deck. Do I have my most recent Tarot deck? Hang on a minute. Aha, here it is. Okay, sorry about that. My most recent tarot deck, because I only have 2 tarot decks. No, I have 3 tarot decks. I have the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed, who is my favorite deck creator. I have the Steampunk Tarot. I can't remember who that's by. But this is my most recent one. And I'm really loving this deck. I love this woman's artwork. But it is the Dreams of Gaia Tarot by Raven Felon. I love this deck. This is a great deck. And I love the fact that this one and my other deck, the Good Tarot, are based in the elements. They're not the suits. They're based in the elements. Earth, air, water, fire. So, I like that. And then my most recent Oracle deck, is one of my most recent ones. But this has been my go-to lately, is again by Colette Baron Reed, and it is the Goddess Power Oracle. And this deck is amazing. Just, it's gorgeous. It's, so I highly recommend it. The colors are, I'll just show you a couple of them. Um, that one was Gullah. This one is Saraswati. Maya. Yukiono. Ona. Artemis. Mary. Iris. Persephone. So yeah, I love this deck. This is a gorgeous deck. And my most recent crystal is the Rhodonite. And I love this because it kind of came to me. I got it from my darling friend Meg over on Instagram at Mending Moon Apothecary. But she does crystals every month, and this one was back in January, and her January was Pinctuary. So she sold off a whole bunch of pink crystals, and this one just called to me, and I've noticed I've been collecting hearts lately, which I just think is funny, but I love that crystal. Question number 6. If you could share a tip with someone learning tarot for the first time, what would it be? Don't stress. Don't stress. Tarot is really, I still struggle 6-7 years later with tarot, hence why I only have 3 tarot decks. Because tarot is very, I don't want to say regimented, but I don't know any other way to put it. It's always 78 cards. It's always 4 suits. It's always the major arcana. And it's a lot of information to absorb. And it's a very set, there's wiggle room, but there's really not. And I think that's why I prefer Oracle and Affirmation, is because there's a broader spectrum. There's more room for interpretation. It's more what you feel versus what the cards say. Question number 7 is the first TarotTuber you followed. I guess it could be Amber Honeyraven. It could be Arwen Lynch Poe. I adore, and I mentioned her in my last video, my dear friend Angela, who's Alley Cat in the Black Hat. She's probably one of my go-to readers. I love the Tarot Priest. I'm not huge on the TarotTuber universe, but I like it. What was life before tarot or the holistic path for you? And where did you come from? As you know, I am a Christian witch. I came from the Christian faith. I came from the Episcopalian faith. I've been doing this since I was 14. I'll be 49, so you do the math. Life was just life. Life when I was a kid, it was simple. It was easy. It was, I honestly did not get into tarot until about 7-8 years ago. So I'm still fairly new to the tarot universe, kind of. But I came from a little town here in Pennsylvania. It's about 45 minutes down the road, called Meadville, PA. But I was raised with a lot of hippies and a lot of artists and a lot of musicians and a lot of, as my grandmother would call them, flighty people, and, but, so yeah, it's just kind of something that just kind of came naturally, when I kind of walked away we stopped going to church when I was 12. So, I was raised in the theater community among artists and musicians and hippies in the 70s, and, so, My favorite go-to spread or top 3. Um, my favorite go-to spread is easily a 3-card spread. Because it's simple, it's straightforward, it's boom, boom, boom. It's past, present, and future. It's what you need to see, or what you need to know, what you need to show, what you need to grow. It's, hands down, that's the easiest one for me. And it's usually my go-to, easy, and usually when I do readings, and I did a bunch of them yesterday, I will do 3 tarot, 3 oracle, and 3 affirmation. It might seem weird to you, but that's kind of what my friends like. That's kind of, they know how I work. So, my question number 10. My most anticipated deck of 2020. I don't know, because there's way too many out there. So I'm kind of overwhelmed with all the decks coming out and everything, and it was just kind of crazy. And question number 12. Oh no, question number 11. What's in your tarot wish list? Way too many to count. Way too many to count. I've got 5 or 6 right here that I'll read off. My top one is the Secret Language of Light Oracle. That is I am dying for that deck. My friend Angie has it. I really, 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 really want it. But being a broke witch, I can't get it anytime soon, so. But the Field Guide to the Garden Dragons, which is another deck, and my friend Arwen wrote the book for that deck. The Spells deck. I don't know who made these decks, but I happened to see it scrolling on Amazon one day, and it looked really good. Tarot in Wonderland, which is another one that I would love. The Wildwood Tarot is probably right up there underneath the Secret Language of Light Oracle. The Queen of the Moon Oracle, which is one that I really want, and the Healing Mantra deck, which is another one. I found all of these on Amazon. So those are some of my top 10 go-to, decks. Question number 12 is, what were your impressions or fears about tarot? As I said, it's very cut and dry. You have to do it this way. It's a set deck of 78 cards, da-da-da-da-da, and that's kind of why I love the deck. My go-to tarot deck is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reid. As I said, she's my favorite deck creator. Because it's set in elements and not the suits. The suits kind of really confused me. When I was learning tarot, the suits confused the hell out of me. I don't jive with the suits. That's why I like that deck, because it's the elements, and I do jive with the elements. So I really got an affinity for that deck. Have I gotten a reading from another reader, and what were my feelings towards it? I've gotten a few readings from a few other readers, and I love them. I mean, they see things that I would never guess. And the one reader, my dear friend Anon over at the Oracle of Light, the Oracle of Crossroads, the Oracle of Crossroads, her channel, she recently I won a reading from her. And the thing that I loved about that reading was she gave me homework. And the homework was, my mom has been gone for 14 years, almost 15. And I've kind of really been struggling with her not ever in the last 14, 15 years coming through when the veil is thin. I've seen my grandmother. My dad has come to me. My dad's only been gone for a year. So, but my mom has never come through. So one of my homework was to write a letter to my mom and mail it back to myself. But I had to put her name on it, and I had to mail it back. I had to put my mailing address. And when I got it back, which was last night, ironically, I had to sit here at my altar, and at my truth altar, which I will show you. This is my altar. I had to take my little cauldron, and I had to burn that letter. I had to release all of that hurt and animosity and confusion that I had. And this was a 9-page letter. This was my entire life and how she made me feel in our relationship. And I just had to release all of it. And last night was a very emotional night. Last night for me was a very emotional night. I had a really hard time last night. But I really liked that she kind of gave me some homework. That was kind of fun. Because I was like, okay, this is cool. And I like getting readings from people who know me. And it's not so much that they know me like they know what I want to hear. They know me, but they know what I need to hear. Getting readings from a complete stranger kind of just, I don't know. I don't know if I could trust it, that's just kind of that, but that's just me. Okay, question number 15. What kind of vibes do you like to feel when you're getting a reading? That feeling of, that quickening, that feeling of anticipation, that feeling of excitement, that feeling of, okay, I get it. Or that feeling of complete mind blow, like how did they know this and I didn't know it, Number 16 is tag the next TarotTuber via YouTube or Instagram. I think the next TarotTuber is my dear friend Angela at Allie Cat in the Black Hat, and her link will be in the description at the end, tagged on that very last question. So, everybody, I hope you have a great day and a great night, and I love you all, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys!